everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're doing a live tarot reading. So for today's live tarot reading, we have 3 tiers available. The first one is the live yes, no, or timing question. So if your question can be answered with a yes or no, then that would be the tier for you, or you're looking for the timing of a particular situation, then that would be the tier for you. If your question cannot be answered with a yes and no, then that would be an open-ended question. And we have the single card open-ended question where I'll be pulling out one card for your question. Oh, for some reason it restarted. Okay. But yes, I think the first part didn't record, but hi, I hope you're doing well. If not, I hope that things do feel better. There are 3 tiers available in today's live tarot reading. So the first one is the live yes, no, or timing question. So if your question can be answered with a yes or a no, or you're looking for the timing of a particular situation, then that would be the tier for you. We do have questions that are open-ended. So if your questions cannot be answered with a yes or a no, then that would be an open-ended question. And then we have the single card pull where I'll be pulling out one card. And then we have the 3 card pull where I'll be pulling out 3 cards. Now, more cards, deeper layers, hidden insight, more energy exchange. So it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something that is quick, that is surface, maybe a direct answer, then the single card would be more aligned. But if you're looking for hidden layers, then yes, the 3 card open-ended one would be a better option for you. All right. So those are the 3 options available. These lives are an avenue for you to ask your questions and get immediate clarity. I do offer private readings outside of this. So, with respect to the private readings, the minimum turnaround time is about 24 to 48 hours if you choose the express delivery. Otherwise, it's about 3 to 5 business days. Okay. The private readings are pre recorded video tarot readings, and those are a lot more in depth. There are different choices for you to choose. It is all there on my website. So all of that information is there in the description box. And all of the information for you to click and choose for this live tarot reading is there in the chat box. All right. So think about your situation, think about what aspect of it you want clarity about, and then click on the link. It will take you to a checkout page. Once you fill in your payment details, you will be given space over there to write in your name. You can put in a nickname if you please, as long as you intend that name to be for yourself. Don't worry, the messages will come through. And then we have a box right below that where you'll be able to put in your question. Okay, all right, so this is otherwise going to be a muted live. So if there are no questions coming through, I'm muting myself. I'm taking the time to ground my energy. I do see your messages in the general chat. Thank you so much. You make me smile. But I will not be able to reply or respond to it. Just that my primary focus right now has to be making sure that I'm in an aligned energy to channel the messages when they come through. Okay, so I'm muting myself now and taking the time to ground my energy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. All right. I hope you're doing well. If not, I hope that things do feel better. I hope that I'm able to provide some kind of comfort, clarity, and confirmation, whether it's through these live tarot readings or whether it's through the other videos present on my channel. Hi, we have Tina's question coming through. I am going to read what you've written. Hi, I'm just reading your write-up. Okay, we'll go through each of the questions. So you asked for 4 questions. So we'll go through each of the questions slowly. I think that yeah, we'll start with the first one. I was just seeing if I need to reorder the questions. No, we'll start with the first one. Okay. Alrighty. Have they been looking? So we have 2 groups, the church group and the 3 sisters. So have they been looking at your page? Let's look at that. Has the church group been looking at your page? Let me first ask about them, and then we'll go into the 3 sisters. Yes, the church group, yes. All right, we have the 8 of Wands and the Queen of Wands. There's one person in that church group. It doesn't look like the whole group, but there's one person in that group, and they've been talking about you. All right, yes, very very clear, yes, and a lot of momentum, a lot of conversation about you. Okay, so that is one message that's coming through, and then the 3 sisters. Let's go into the 3 sisters. No, not the 3 sisters. Knight of Coins. No, not the 3 sisters. All right. So it looks like someone from the church group, one person, but they keep talking about you. So there's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of conversation about you that's coming through. Let me know if you have any thoughts, and then I'll go into the next question. I'm just waiting for Tina's thoughts. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Take your time. Take your time. The energy coming through was someone more of a feminine energy, but the energy coming through is a little bit more feminine though. Hold on, let me just see why I'm feeling that way. Oh, okay. We have the Knight of Wands coming through. Okay. He might like gossiping. He might like gossiping a lot. He might talk a lot about you, as in he might be talking about how empowered you are as a woman. He might be looking up to you. So the Queen of Wands energy might actually be your energy coming through, how you're being seen by this person who's talking about you. But we have the Knight of Wands coming through. So yes, yes, it could be the masculine friend that you were talking about. Yes. So it looks like the Queen of Wands is coming through as their perception of you, like they're looking up to you. I also do have the Eight of Wands, so it looks like this person talks a lot about you, and they're constantly like praising you. They're constantly saying, "Okay, wow, look, they did this," or "Look, she did that." So it's more of looking at you in awe. And those are the conversations that this person is constantly bringing up. But yes, it is a masculine energy that's coming through. Oh, okay, okay. I think that would make sense because he really looks up to you. Like he genuinely likes you. He genuinely looks up to the content that you're posting. And he definitely sees you as someone, not like someone a little bit intimidating, but someone who's really doing quite well in her life in the sense your passion, your creativity, your energy. He seems to be looking up to you in that sense. But yes, with the Knight of Wands, the energy coming through, it does look like he might be more of like a friendly person to her. That energy does come through, yes. But with you, no. He doesn't behave like that with you. With her, yes, I can see that energy coming through. And side note, a lot of conversations about you. It's not just one or two. There's a lot of momentum in the conversation. So he's constantly commenting, constantly talking about you. Oh, okay, no problem. So, how he feels about you, he looks up to you. There is this sense of wow, there's this sense of awe that he feels about you. I think he looks up to, like, he feels like you are someone who's very creative, very passionate about what you do. And there's some kind of energy within you. Like, if you think about something, you will do it. There's that determination, there's that courage that exists within you. And there's a quiet power about you. This person, sorry, not your person, but this person looks up to you, and it's not just one conversation. This person talks a lot about you. It's possible that this person keeps commenting on every single thing that you post or keeps bringing it up to their attention. But he feels he feels good about you, he looks up to you. But with respect to her, it's the Knight of Wands. So it might be a teasing kind of relationship. It might be a relationship where he looks down upon her, or he doesn't really think she matches up to his standards of what a person should be. Maybe there are some things that she's doing that he doesn't necessarily like. Because the Knight of Wands, yes, you did say that he makes fun of her a lot. That can be a little bit of that teasing relationship. That can be the Knight of Wands energy coming through. But it could also, if you want the blocked energy, it could be someone bullying, it could be someone looking down, someone feeling like they should be doing better. So that's the Knight of Wands energy coming through on with respect to his relationship with her. So I can see that it could be a teasing kind of relationship, but how intense that teasing is, it really depends on how she is taking it. But he does seem to be like a light-hearted person, but he looks up to you a lot. And he was there. Okay, I read your thing, but then I thought there was more that you were gonna say. But that was nice. But he looks up to you. He does look up to you. And I don't think, like, because we have the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Wands coming through, the way that he talks about you is not to compare anyone else with you. No, that energy is not coming through. It's more of praising you. It's more of complimenting you and like saying, "Wow, she posted this," or "Wow, she did that." It's more of that energy coming through. So I don't see any in terms of you. I don't see any negative energy coming through. The three sisters, the next question was, what did the three sisters say to her about you if they have seen your page? But I got a no for them. So do you want to change that question? I got no. Let me just. No. The answer coming through is no. Okay, what can we change it to? Maybe how does she feel when this person talks to her about you, or when he comments about what you've been doing? Maybe how she feels about it? The church group. The church group or the three sisters? The three sisters. Don't worry about it. What do they say, person, about you? Three sisters, please. Okay, first off, hold on. I need to clarify something. They might not have thought that the relationship was good, as in her and your partner. It does look like they didn't necessarily like that relationship. Give me a second. Yeah, it's judgment coming through, magician. Okay. First off, first message coming through is they don't really talk so much about you, but when they do talk about you, it's more of the relationship that your partner had with her. It is more about them not liking him or not necessarily aligning with who he is as a person. They also might have felt that she wasn't necessarily happy in that connection, even though initially there were like pretty energies between the two of them. It does look like afterwards they seemed to realize that she wasn't happy or that she wasn't really into the connection and she was forcing herself to be in the connection. So every time they do talk about you, it's not necessarily about you. It is more about your partner, and it's more of energy that they didn't like him. They didn't necessarily like the way that he was showing up in this connection. There's a lot about her specifically not making the right choices when it comes to the relationship that they've had. That's more of their thoughts. And I kind of confirmed that with another deck. Yeah, they didn't necessarily approve of the relationship, maybe towards the later part of the days, and they didn't like how things were going. So they don't necessarily bring you up. Their attention is not on you. But whenever topic about you comes, it's more about your husband than it is about you. That's the energy that's coming through. But they were not happy. I mean, initially they were happy, but after that they were not happy with how things went down between the two of them. And in fact, they seem to be upset with her about her choices and her decisions with respect to that relationship. Let me know your thoughts. But they don't talk about you. The final message, they don't talk about you. They feel like she made wrong choices because the Eight of Swords coming through, they feel like she put herself in a weird situation. They might also not, they might not have liked the person that she was with, the relationship. There might have been a lot of things off about it. Initially, they were happy, or initially they thought things were good, but then they started to realize that she was not really making the best choices, or she was not happy and she was choosing to stay in that connection. But they also didn't like your partner. I mean, like the energy is coming through. Somehow it just didn't. It just they hold on. I need help. Somehow they didn't. There was a lot of friction between them and your partner. They just didn't like him. That's the energy that's coming through. Yes. Yeah, they didn't like him. That's the energy that's coming through. They didn't like him because we have the King of Swords coming for your person, and there's like nothing wrong with that energy. But I don't like the energy coming through is that they just didn't like him. That's why I laughed. It's like they just didn't like him. Yeah, and yeah, with the King of Swords coming through, they might have had some exchanges, yes, but ultimately they just didn't like him. Yeah, that's why I laughed. I was like, sometimes there's no like reason why you don't like someone. They just get you in the wrong way. That's the energy that they have. But they do blame her a lot. I will say that they do look down upon her for being in that relationship. For some reason, they seem to think that she put herself in that mess. There's a lot about blaming her, and they do look down upon her for that relationship. So if at all they do talk, it's not about you, it's more about her. That she made a wrong choice or that she wasn't thinking clearly, that more of those lines. Oh, she said that. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me look into that as well. How do they feel about current partner? Oh, interesting. That might have been a joke, because we have the King of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Ace of Cups coming through. So in some shape or form, they seem to look up to him. I don't know if he has money, but it does look like he's got his finances sorted out, or at least in their perception, she has. Sorry, in their perception, he has money. He's sorted out in his life, or he. It could also be that he is financially stable in some sense. It also looks like he is handsome. There are like physical attributes that are coming to me. So it looks like he might be good looking or he might be tall. There is that energy of physical attributes. Like he's really good in terms of like how they look together. So in their perception, they actually look up to him. They actually feel like he's a very, very good and stable partner for her. In fact, they're rooting for things to go much more between the two of them. In the post, I'm just reading. In the post, she posts about I will always align. Okay. Law, he is their style. Yes, it does look like that because the King of Wands also is like someone who's like very handsome in their opinion, someone who's very physically attractive, like also passionate energy coming through. But it's also met with the King of Coins. So it's not just the physical attributes and the physical like appearance. It's also that they seem to think he's a good choice financially. He's someone that you can settle down with, someone that you can have a future with, and they're hoping for things to grow between the two of them. So that is what they feel about her current partner. In the post she posted about I want who wants me and I do not force love, friendship, and situations. It will always align. And then for that they said, "Are you sure?" Yeah, I think they're rooting for both of them to be together. Like it's in their perception an ideal match. So I think that they're hoping for things to continue between the two of them. Or in this case, it says Ace of Cups, so new beginning. So maybe when she did post about it, it was like a breakup, and now they're rekindling their romance or they're trying to make things work. But either way, they're rooting for him. They like him. They like him. He's a good choice in their opinion. Possible because in your reading as well, when we were talking about it, first they thought, oh, okay, this is sweet, this is like a fairy tale romance, and then things started getting a little bit weird, and they started to dislike your partner, and then they started to blame her for her decisions. So I think that there is a pattern over there, or right now, it could be their perception of him, like whatever she's telling them about him. I would not be surprised because that energy definitely came out for you, like with your person and her. But this is right now, this is the energy coming through with how they perceive this person. But they seem to think he's got money, by the way. Like this is someone who's financially stable, financially well off, or they think he has money. It's one of the two, like money and charm, charisma. And that's their opinion of him right now. Maybe that's why the Ace of Cups is coming through. So they're hoping for some kind of a new beginning between the two of them. Let me check. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible that they might be going through some kind of a breakup Two of Wands, or some kind of a problem between the two of them. Maybe they're not talking to each other, but they're hoping, they're rooting for the two of them. At least right now, they're hoping for the two of them to be together. And it's possible that that's why the Ace of Cups came through. Yeah, King of Wands, people person. Yes, absolutely. It's very, very charismatic. Like you will know a King of Wands when you meet that person. It could also be, yes, someone who's very, very manipulative because they know how people perceive them. It could also be that they know how to behave according to your personality. Like if you like someone who is quiet and a little bit introverted, then they will be that person for you. If you like someone who's like extroverted and like happy, they will match that energy. So that is one aspect to the King of Wands as well. Like they know how to change their personality so that it suits the other person or it makes the other person comfortable in front of them. Yes. But they seem to think he has money. They seem to think that he has money, like, and it's the King of Coins, so good money. And the King of Coins is also someone that you can like settle down with long term. Okay, let's get into the next question. What is the next question? Where were we? If you looked at my three sisters, okay. And then what have the church people said about you to her besides what was mentioned in this? Okay, let's get another deck then. What have the church people said, Tina, besides what was... They say a lot of things about you. I had like cards popping up. Yeah, this is beautiful. Okay. Okay, first off, they seem to know your history, all right? They seem to know everything that happened between you and your partner and her. They seem to know all of it. They seem to be happy for you, actually, to be very honest. They're a lot of nice energy coming through. So they seem to think that you are starting to come out of a difficult phase. It could also be, just seeing how it has been difficult for you maybe the past year, just knowing that you've reconnected with your partner and things are going well. They seem to think that you are doing a lot better than you initially started out. I think that they also think that you are doing well with respect to your finances. Things are going well, you're feeling good. There's a lot of that positive energy when they think about you. So it's like, not only do they think that you're doing well, they just wish well for you as well. Another energy that's coming through is they do think that you're very beautiful. You have the sacred feminine coming through, physical attributes, but it's also about your energy being very feminine around them. So maybe in their perspective, you are a more traditional person, or there's just that very soft and nurturing energy within you. Maybe not traditional because we do have sacred feminine coming through, but I think that there is this energy of softness and very nurturing energy within you. But at the same time, you are very passionate, you are very strong, you are very strong-willed, you have a lot of courage within you, and whatever it is that you put your mind to, you do achieve it. They may be also looking up to you about how you got back into your relationship with your partner, like your motivation towards it and your drive towards it. They could also be looking up to that, because the energy coming through to this is not more of the entrepreneurship vibe. It is more of, she wanted to make things work with her partner, and then they finally made it. She was able to manifest that for herself. She was able to put in the hard work, and there was like a kind of fierceness to her energy, and she did get what she wanted at the end. So these are the thoughts that they do have about you. Sometimes you confuse them a little bit because we do have the Two of Swords. So sometimes they might not be able to put you in a box. Like if they think, okay, this is how she's going to react, and then you behave in a completely different way. So sometimes they are a little bit confused about your behavior, but I don't see that as anything negative. In fact, they are quite in awe of you. They do look up to you, and I wouldn't say intimidated, but they do respect you a lot. They do understand your intensity, but they also respect the softness that you do have. And money, you seem to be financially quite well off. They could think that you are lucky for your husband, like financially as well, because this is Goddess Lakshmi coming through. So it could also be that you are, yes, you are the breadwinner of your family, yes, but it could also be that you bring a lot of money luck to your husband. I think it's just your normal like behavior. That's the energy that's coming through, that you sometimes surprise them. So maybe there are certain things like because you are soft and nurturing, but you are still the breadwinner of the family. Those can seem contradictory to someone who is a little bit more rooted in traditional mindset, or someone who doesn't look that way when they see a soft and nurturing female. So they don't know what to make of you because there are two different aspects of you. Like look at this. We have one very, very masculine card, and then we have the sacred feminine card coming through. So there's a very beautiful blend of both of them. So they would think, so it's something that people cannot put you in a box. Like you behave in a certain way, yes, but there are also things outside of the box that you do align with. But it's all out of respect. It's all out of looking up to you. It's nothing negative coming through. In fact, they seem to be quite happy for you. They seem to like you, actually. Yeah, they seem to like you because we do have like the Six of Coins coming through, the Six of Swords. Possible. So they're confused about that because you are the breadwinner of your family, all right? You do have what it takes, like you do have that fire within you. So very naturally, you could be the boss of your partner, but you're not like that. You're very soft, you're nurturing, you align with your partner. There is that feminine energy that kind of comes out when you are, or when they see the relationship that you have with your partner. So that's a little bit contradictory if someone is like they have a certain mindset and they're stuck to that mindset. So you kind of bend those thought processes so they can't really understand where to place you. So they are confused, yes, but I wouldn't like, it's not something negative. It's just, huh, she did that? Like that. It's more like that. I would say the Six of Coins is not rich, but it is someone who has money for themselves and is able to also give to other people, like give back to the community. So it is, you have enough money. Rich, I would say, would be like more of like the Ten of Coins, more of that side, but this is more of you have money for yourself. You also are bringing that money for your partner, and it's enough for what the life that both of you wish to share. And you could be like lucky for your person money wise. That could be their thought process as well. A lot of women like you leave your partner. Possible, because that is probably their perception, because someone who is, and I know you as well, right? You are, there is a certain level of ambition that comes through in you. But there is also this soft and very nurturing side to you, right? So sometimes people can confuse one particular trait and think that there's one path for a kind of person like that to walk. But no, you showed something different. So it confuses them a little bit, but it's not something that they look down upon. They look up to you. They really do look up to you. They only have like good words to say about you, by the way. possible because everybody seems to look up to you. Like even this one person that we were talking about, he looks up to you, like you are the Queen of Wands. And then we have the church group also collectively looking up to you. So it is it's possible that that's why she wants to be like you. And plus they do tease her a lot. Yes, it could be bullying as well, yes, but they do tease her a lot as well. So that could be, kind of eating at her insecurity or making her want to be better or make them talk about her the way that they talk about you. Yes, there is a bit of awe. There is a bit of awe when they talk about you, yes. I want to look into something. Hold on. Yeah, no, there is awe. I mean, I just wanted to confirm that there is awe. I don't see any negative energy or them wanting to put you down or no. It just is. Let me know if you want to go to the next question. And just as a side note, Queen, I received your question. I have 2 more questions of Tina's to do, and then I'll come to you. Might take a bit of time though. Just email me additional information if you wish to, but I have 2 more questions of Tina's to get to. Just wanted to give you a bit of a heads up. Okay, hold on. And then Tina, I'm coming to your question. Hold on, let me just clear out my space a little bit. Okay, what is our next question? Okay. What have church people told me about her besides what was mentioned in the previous reading? Yes, that is what we covered. But more in a comparison way. Hold on, let me actually just check that because you have mentioned it. Let me just check that one single card. Yes, okay. That is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. So the way that they talk about you, even though genuinely they are in awe about you, it can instigate competitiveness. It can make her feel insecure or feel like they are comparing her to you. All right, so we do have the 7 of Swords. So however they talk about you, it does rub her in a different way. It might... Okay, first off, I don't think that they are 100% innocent, okay? I do think that they like teasing her or they do like putting her down. They do like putting her down, or I think that there is some, you know how we were talking about, she boasts a lot or she tries to portray a different version of herself. So it's possible that in order to put her down or show her place in their perspective, it's possible that they keep talking about you or they keep praising you so that it affects her or so that it changes her thought process about herself. All right, so I wouldn't say that they are 100% innocent. No, I think that there is some politics. There are some game playing tactics that happen in that group. But when they look up to you, that is genuine. But how they interact with her about you, that could be inciting some competitiveness, trying to prove a point to her, trying to indirectly hint something about you, just to point something out about her. You can expect that kind of game playing with them. But how they feel about you is actually genuine, all right? That is the message that's coming through. So they're not 100% innocent in this. And she's reacting based off how they're playing the energy between the 2 of you, okay? All right. Then, what else? Does she not understand that a transformation to get to your point is painful? No. You don't know it until you go through it. They're very, very clear. I already did have the answer, but I wanted to see what would tarot tarot like portray this answer, because until you go through it, you don't necessarily know that the transformation is hard. A lot of people wish for the transformation, but they don't necessarily know what is the actual journey and how painful, how much it has to break within you, everything that no longer serves, in order for you to rebuild what aligns with the transformation. No, you don't really know that until you go through the entire process. It's easy to say, and it's very, very fancy as well. Look at the devil energy coming through. It's very fancy to say, oh, I want to be that, or I want to be that version, or I want to be like them, but not necessarily understanding what it took to be that version of themselves. Does she think that you have it easy? Yes, in a way, Ace of Pentacles. She thinks that it's not that she thinks that you have it easy. In some way, she seems to think that you are given whatever you need, or everything just aligns with you. Like, if you choose that, if you say that I want something, somehow things just work out for you. She doesn't necessarily understand the amount of hard work that goes into it, the continuous amount of hard work. Maybe she sees the initial stages, but she doesn't necessarily know the behind the scenes of how things are actually shaping up and how you're making things work out for you. So in a way, she thinks that you do have it easy, or that things just work out for you. Yes, but it's not that case. It's never the case. So she doesn't understand that. Yes, absolutely. She wants it, but it's more of like the devil also is like an impulse, like, oh, okay, everyone's talking about how awesome she is. I also want to be that way. I'm also going to be that way. And so there's that imitating, there's that copying energy, but or wanting to be like you, but to actually go through the entire process, it's a different story. And then let me see if there's any. Does she truly believe? Yes, she seems to think that you're happy. High Priestess coming through with the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. She seems to think that everything happens for you. Whether or not you are happy, it's possible that she thinks, we do have the Queen of Swords coming through. So it's possible that she thinks that even though life, like so much of life is happening to you, you can sometimes be unhappy, or you can want more for yourself, which I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. But in her perception, she seems to think that you have everything. Yeah, there is some kind of dissatisfaction coming through. Hold on. You have everything that she wants. And that's why she feels that if she had everything that you have, she would be happy. But in some way, she seems to think that sometimes you are not happy, or that you might be too critical of what you have, or there might be more that you're wanting and you might not be completely appreciating what you do have. That energy is coming through. So it's not about you being happy. It's about, because it's more about what you do have, and that she would be happy if she had what you have. And it's also about other people looking up to you as well. So she wants all of that, but it's a journey to get to that point. But for some reason, she doesn't think that you are satisfied, or that you just keep wanting more. That energy is coming through. So she doesn't want what you have because she thinks you're happy. She wants what you have because she thinks that is what will make her happy. I hope that is clear. Absolutely. I mean, that's why we have the High Priestess coming up for you. You didn't do it for other people, but it's a side effect of what you're doing. And the side effect is what she's focused on, not the primary intention and the journey that you have, or the purpose that you are kind of living towards at this point. So it's the side effect that she wants. Other people talking, other people looking, the wow, the awe. But that's not why you did it, but that's the side effect. And that's what she wants. And that's also why, because her primary intention is to get the wow, the awe, the energy of what she's posting will never align with your energy. It will never be authentic because that's her primary focus. I'm just waiting for your thoughts. And Queen, just as a side note, I'll be with you right after Tina's. I believe we are on the last question, but let me get the confirmation from her and then I will come right to you. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. It's okay, it's okay. Take your time, take your time. I'll wait for your response. That makes sense because her primary focus and purpose right now is to get the claps, the awe, the comments that people have been making. So it's not to help people. No, it is that. That's probably why she's like deleting it and reframing it, thinking a lot about it. Because her primary focus right now is to get those claps, is to get people talking about her the way that they talk about you. Okay, thank you for choosing me to help you gain clarity in your situation, Tina. And I wish you the most peaceful outcome in this situation. I'm closing out your session now. Alrighty, Queen, I'm coming to you. Just give me a second. Let me clear out my table, clear out the energy, and then we will get to your reading, all right? And just give me a heart to let me know that you're here, Queen. Okay, alrighty. Hold on. I haven't read your question just yet. Give me a second. Let me just clear out the energy a bit. Okay, I'm okay. All right. Okay. Queen, we have the yes/no question. Okay, is it over between you and your person? Did you send me another email? Hold on, let me just check. Okay, you sent me. Oh, okay, you sent me an email. Okay, hold on. Okay. So let me get to the first question that you posted. I gotta go to the email. Is it over between you and your person? All right, we'll first get into that. The energy coming through is yes. It does look like both of you will be going into no contact. Let me get the other questions as well. It does look like both, okay, we have the Hierophant coming up with the star, right? So it does look like both of you are going to be entering a phase where there will be certain lessons, there will be certain growth that needs to happen in order for both of you to maybe get this to work at a later point. It does look like both of you are or need to heal from certain things that have happened in this connection or from either your past experiences as well. Because with the star coming through, there's healing that needs to happen. So it looks like there is a pause in your connection right now. I would not say it is over completely, but it is a period of no contact. It is a period of silence that is meant to happen right now. There's growth that needs to happen on both sides. There's healing that needs to happen on both sides. And until that, reconciliation might be difficult until that happens. That is the first message that's coming through. Then you're asking, should you try to make this work? Okay, let's get into that. If you have any thoughts, just email them to me, all right? I'll be checking my email like every now and then while I'm doing your reading. Okay, all right. Should you try to make this work? Okay, let's get into that. No, not right now. No, we have the Two of Swords coming through. Very, very clear message. Not right now. All right. It does look like both of you are not completely sure of what is going on or why this situation has led to a no contact. There needs to be clarity on your end. For the time being, the energy coming through is both of you are unclear, but for the time being, what you need to focus on is clarity on your end. There needs to be some kind of understanding of why this went into no contact. So the message is very, very clear. Should you try to make this work? No, not right now. All right. Allow the space, allow the break to be as it is. Okay, I'm just going to wait for 2 minutes for you to send me your email so that before I get into the next question, I want to hear your thoughts so that if there's more information, I can pull up on it. So I'm just waiting for your thoughts. Okay, hold on. I'm just waiting for the email to come through. It hasn't come through yet. Okay, got it. Yes. So I just read your email, and according to the energy that has come out, it does look like maybe you need to take some more time to reflect on what exactly it is that you're feeling and thinking. I also think that if there are some difficult emotions that you're going through at this point in time, it does look like you need to first process it. You first need to kind of sit with those emotions before you can try talking things out. Yes, there are conversations that both of you need to have, but not right now. That is the energy that's coming through right now. It is too, there's a lot that you also need to process, whether that is in terms of understanding what has happened and also processing your emotions. There are things that need to happen on your end first. So right now is not the right time for you to try to make things work because there's no clarity on your end first. Right? That is the message that's coming through. It is like, I do understand that you want to clear the air, but just a little bit more time on your end. I think that you did say that you want to text him. Hold on to tell you how you feel. Yeah, no. If you message him and let him know what you're thinking and feeling, given the current energies, both of you are just going to end up fighting, or there's just going to be more. Like both of you will be playing off of each other's energy. You're going to get frustrated. There's going to be maybe even an argument breaking out. So the message is very, very clear. Right now is not the best time for you to reach out to your person or to clear the air because both of you are not in aligned energies just yet. Shall I go to the next question? The next question is, does he want you? Does he care? Shall I go to the next question? I'll wait for your reply. Oh, yes, I'll go? Okay. All right. Does he want you? Queen's reading. He's not sure. He's not sure. Three of Wands. I think that's why the energy needs to settle a little bit, Queen, because your person doesn't understand what they're feeling right now. I think that everything is just very up in the air between the two of you. As much as your person, I think that he does think a lot about this connection. He does, reminisce about what has been going on. He has been thinking about this situation as well. He's not sure at this point. Give me a second. Yeah, he's not sure. Definitely not sure. I would say allow the energy to settle. Maybe it is still a little bit fresh, whatever's happened between the two of you. Like I said, there needs to be a little bit of processing of emotions on both that sides, not just on your side. And both of you are confused right now. Maybe you want to clear the air, but your person is still kind of stuck in the same energy that they were in, which led to the no contact between the two of you. So that energy needs to settle down for a while. Anything that both of you do right now, it is just going to add to more chaos between the two of you. And your person definitely is not ready to take your energy or receive anything that you want to say. They're not emotionally open right now to take in your energy. Right? So the answer to your question is he doesn't know whether he wants this connection or not. The energy needs to settle down within him for him to even gain clarity. But I will say that he does care because he is thinking about what happened between the two of you. He is reflecting on it. So I would say that he does care, but the answer to your question of does he want this connection or does he want you, that is a little bit up in the air right now. I'll wait for your thoughts, or if you want me to go to the next question, just give me a heart over there. Okay, I got your email and I actually just sent you one as well. I understand. Hold on, I'm just seeing if there are any other messages coming through, given the extra information that's come through. Okay, first off, one message is that if you try to talk to your person right now, he is going to give excuses and you're not going to be happy, all right? That is one message that's coming through. And like I said, that is going to lead to more fights between the two of you. So right now is not a good time to talk. Yeah, that's the final message that's coming through. Shall I got your next email. Yes, that's the Three of Wands energy that's coming through. There's like he's waiting on something, yes, and he is reflecting upon this relationship, but things are very up in the air in your person's life, or he could just be feeling very up in the air with respect to this relationship. So he doesn't necessarily know what he wants at this point, which is why a little bit of time is needed on your person's end, especially in order for the energy to settle down, in order for your person to understand what he wants. That's why the answer to the question was, does he care? Yes. But does he want this connection? No clue. He doesn't have any clue about that right now. And then I just sent you an email for the next question. Oh, one message. Sorry. He is not. I don't know if you're here. Hold on. I'll just wait for the heart. Okay. He is not lacking in communication because of his career stuff. He's lacking in communication because he doesn't know what he wants. That's one clarification that's coming through. Alrighty. Yeah. I'm just waiting for your thoughts. Like, do you want it to be like a single card pull or the 3 card pull? And then once you reply about that, then I'll do the next question. Oh, okay. Okay. I just replied. Hold on. I'll give you the entire breakdown. Okay, just sent you the email. I'm just waiting for your reply. Okay. Thank you so much for choosing me to help you gain clarity in your situation. Queen, I wish you the most peaceful outcome in this situation. I am closing out your session right now, all right? So thank you for that. And for those of you who are still here, I'm going to be here for maybe another 10 more minutes taking in questions. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask and you want immediate clarity, then you can definitely choose the question links that are there. Hold on, let me actually repost that over here. So each of these questions, each of these tiers, there's like a specific tier. So it really depends on what you're looking for at this point in time. So yes, no questions would be the first tier. Then if your question cannot be answered with a yes and a no, and you're looking for a little bit more insight into your situation, then that would be an open-ended question. And then for that, there are two tiers for that. The first one is the single card open-ended question where I'll be pulling out one card. And then there is the open-ended 3-card question where I'll be pulling out 3 cards, all right? So each of these tiers, it is for each question. And so if you want to submit more questions, you may absolutely do so, but you'll have to do it through the link. Once you click the link, it will take you to a checkout page. On the checkout page, you will be given, space in your payment details, and then there will be space for you to put in your name. You can, as you intend that name to be for yourself. And then after that, there will be a question box where you can put in your question and any other relevant information that you do have, right? So I'll be here for maybe another 10 or 15 more minutes. And yeah, right? And I'm muting myself because I'm taking the time to just ground my energy. But 10 more minutes, I'll be taking in questions, all right? Oh, hold on, hold on. I was actually replying to your client, Tina. Yes, I got your question. I'm just reading. You're happy. Okay. I was just like, she thinks that I think that she's happy. Okay. Let me get another deck. Does she truly believe you think she is? Do you believe that, Tina? I mean, the answer coming out is yes, but there's also additional information coming through. Hold on. Death coming out twice for you. Hold on. 3 of Cups. Action of Swords. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of like side information that's coming through. First off, yes, she thinks that you think that she's happy because that's the way that she's portrayed things to be in her life and the way that she is kind of telling everybody or the way that she's posting on social media. She also thinks that maybe there are people talking to you about her and they might be telling you that she's doing well, she's doing okay, everything's great with her. So she seems to think that there are people talking about her to you. We have death coming out twice, and I wanted some kind of confirmation because we have like death coming out twice in your reading for this question, and it feels a little bit extreme for the question that we asked. But the energy coming through is she's not actually doing very well, but she has been portraying herself to be doing very well to the outside world. And I think that there's a very, very severe contrast with what she's portraying to other people, what she's telling other people versus what she's feeling on the inside. She might be going through some kind of a transformation within herself. The energy coming through is she may have wished for it, but she doesn't like necessarily know the actual process of going through the transformation. She might actually be feeling that disconnect between the life that she wants versus the life that she's living. So I think that this is more of a side note for you that right now she is actually going through a difficult time. There are certain things that are shifting for her, and there is some kind of a transformation that is happening within her. It will take some time for this energy to completely ground, but to everybody else, she's portraying herself to be really good, fun, happy. But the energy coming through is heavy. So I would say that she's probably not taking care of herself. She may be even struggling with certain mental and like physical health issues. And I also think because we also have the third eye chakra is like kind of looking at me, things are about to get rough for her, or they're starting to get rough for her. So this is more of a side note. Even if she thinks that you think that she's happy, I think that maybe you need to send healing energy to her because she's about to start a very difficult transformation. She's about to start something that is going to be very, very heavy for her. But yes, she does think that you think that she's happy because that's what she's portrayed to the rest of the world. That's what she thinks people are talking about her, are saying to you, right? But side note, it's going to be getting rough for her. It's interesting that that came out when you're asking about her. I have like 2 different decks, but the same energy coming through, so it's going to be intense on her end. Let me know your thoughts. I'm waiting for your thoughts. It's okay if there's a lag. I'll wait. So it's interesting that you say, does she not understand that I can read her energy? We have the third eye chakra coming through. So not yet. She doesn't understand it just yet. But I think that she is going to start understanding energy. I think that there's some kind of spiritual awakening that she's about to go through. And you and I know that spiritual awakenings are no walk in the park. It's going to start getting intense for her. So right now she doesn't understand. I think that she's a little bit spiritually closed off. But that is about to change. That is about to change. But she doesn't understand that. No. She doesn't understand that you can read her energy, and no, she doesn't understand that. Maybe that is the transformation, because look at this energy. So going to get intense, and this we have the third eye chakra energy opening. Yeah, that is the energy that's coming through. So she might start like having like mental, emotional, and even physical struggles. I would say just send her healing energy, or even just wish her well, or wish her the most peaceful path to her spiritual awakening. But whatever she's portraying to the outside world is not what she's going through. So it's when you are like, when your third eye chakra is closed, all right, even if you read it, you're not going to understand what it means. First off, you will not be able to see how it's possible. That's why they say like the third eye chakra is closed. You can't even understand or imagine. Like if I were to tell you, okay, Tina, I was sitting over here and I just got a message from one of my spirit guides and they said this, and you will understand it because you've gone through the opening of your third eye chakra. But if I were to tell somebody else, they would be like, okay, she's nuts. She's talking crazy. What is she even saying? I don't even understand what she's saying. Or she's like delulu. So unless you go through the process of the third eye chakra opening, you will not understand what the other person's saying, or even if you believe them, right? You will not, because you've not experienced it or because it's closed. First off, if your chakra is closed, you're not going to believe it, all right? That's also there, but it's going to be blocked at this point. So she might not understand it. That's the energy that's coming through. Yeah, portraying oneself, I'll just get confirmation on that, but portraying yourself versus, no, we have the Eight of Cups coming through. You can call yourself spiritual, but I think that the very thing about spirituality is that different people have different definitions of it. So the energy coming through is no. Third eye chakra is still blocked at this point. So there's a lot about energy that she doesn't know. It's not even understand. She doesn't know at this point. Queen, I read your message about you sending an email. I will definitely get to it after I close out this live. I'll reply, and yes, just wanted to let you know that I acknowledge that you sent the email. I'm just waiting for Tina's thoughts. There's something about her reading about spiritual stuff. I'm just waiting for your thoughts. But take your time. No rush. Don't worry about it. Yeah, she doesn't know that. She doesn't know that no one's talking about her to you. So she seems to think that. She seems to think that very clearly. Besides what I told you. But yes, there's a couple of messages coming through. Hold on, from the previous energy. First off, she may be confusing like what she believes according to religion as spirituality. That could be it. But there is also a lot of like conflicting energy within her. She might be reading a lot about like spiritual stuff or about concepts regarding it. But reading about something and actually going through it are two very, very different things. So even if she thinks that she is a spiritual person, it could just be concepts that she's picking up from other people. But it's not necessarily like spirituality. There are different ways of how people perceive it. People who have actually gone through like a spiritual awakening, it's a very different perception of what spirituality means to them versus someone who is maybe watching other people going through their spiritual awakenings and reading the lessons that they are sharing about their journey. It's two very different things. So it looks like she's actually going to be going through something. And I think that that might also help her understand what her version and her definition of spirituality is going to mean to her. But right now, no. A lot of conflicting energies. She doesn't have a stable understanding of what that means to her, which is quite understandable. Like it's not about like good or bad or low, high. No, nothing. It's just where she is at with her soul's journey. Oh, and yeah, I mean, this is just a side note, but people who portray themselves as spiritual, that by itself, it comes from a place of ego. Uh, the fact that you need to portray something that should be innate within you and should just be a part of your energy, the fact that you feel the need to portray it, that usually comes from a place of ego. And people who have actually gone through spiritual awakening, and even if they portray themselves to be spiritual, that is spiritual ego coming through over there as well. So, yeah, just wanted to say that. I did get religion. I did get released quite heavy actually. So she might have conflicting thoughts about religion and spirituality. She might not understand like which route she's going, or she may be mistaking spirituality for the religion and whatever she's grown up believing with respect to those practices. So yes, I was getting that energy very, very heavy actually. So, but now she's actually going to go through a different part of her journey. So I would say send her love, send her healing energy. And you did say that you thanked her, right, for helping you learn your lesson. I feel like more of that energy will also bring you peace. But no, I think it's going to start getting difficult for her. I'm getting like two cards from two different decks. It's more of a heads up for you as well. Maybe now she's going to start portraying herself even more as a spiritual person, or she's going to go overboard in her copying, or she's going to pretend to be really, really happy. So I feel like this is more of a heads up for you that the more she's on the opposite end, the more she's actually going through it. So don't like get upset by it or don't get phased by it. No, just take it that she's on the other spectrum of her journey and just wish her well. So I feel like this is more of a heads up for you that it might be triggering, but don't allow it to trigger you. Yep. That's good. I feel this is more of a heads up for you that it's only going to go downhill from here. But in some sense, she is wanting a transformation. And, I mean, one thing that I learned in my life is be careful what you're wishing for because there will be something in your current life that you will have to let go in order to get that because if you didn't have to let go, then that thing that you wished for would already be there in your life. So I think that she is wanting a transformation in her life, but now she will realize what that actually means and how that's unfolding for her. So I wish her well. I wish her a lot of healing energy and I think that it's going to get intense because we have the third eye coming up. I think I think it happens, the understanding of it happens when you go through it. That's when you realize that, okay, I had to let go of that in order for me to get this. And I couldn't have gotten it there because it was holding on. I do feel like that because we do have the Knight of Cups. I also do think that she's portraying a relationship to be very lovey-dovey, to be very happy and amazing. But I think that deep down, I don't think that she's happy with him, or it's just she feels like this is the best that she can get at this point in time. And so she has no choice but to live with it. So there is that energy of not wanting to let go of broken glass, even though it is broken and it is going to hurt you. That energy is coming through. About letting go on my page. It's one thing to read something, it's another to understand, and it's another to apply it into your life. Those are three very, very distinct stages. And it takes a lot of courage, doesn't it, Tina? Like it's it's one thing to read about letting go, but to actually do it, it's hard. It's really, really hard to, let go. And even like how many ever times you've let go of different things in the past, there will always be that emotional investment about this new thing that you have to let go. So it's painful, painful. So it also takes courage. It also sometimes, in my perspective, it takes like you need to keep exposing yourself to like letting go content so that that energy and that courage builds within you, gains enough momentum for you to actually take action. So there's like a threshold where you're just taking in information, you're just understanding, absorbing the information, and then beyond a certain threshold, even the situation also has to start getting to a point where you have no choice but to let go. So beyond that threshold, so it might not necessarily be that she doesn't understand. I feel like we cannot say that as well, but it could also be that this is adding to the momentum of her gaining the courage to let go as well. Yeah, but letting go, she does write about let go, and that energy did come through. But the message coming through is she's let go of certain things in her life. And for her, that's what she's talking about. There are more things, as in, like, it's a lifelong process, isn't it? So maybe she's learning how to gain momentum. And it could be that this relationship has been like beautiful and amazing according to other people. So maybe there's a little bit of that. What are other people going to think? What are other people going to say? That energy also might be adding to why she's finding it difficult to let go as well. So, but she could have let go of other things, absolutely. But I think that the intensity varies and different. Yeah, and you did say that she ended there was a breakup in between or something like that. You did mention it. So I feel like at that point in time she had let go, but right now I think she does want to still hold on to the broken glass. I think that there's a part of her that is struggling to let go as well. Yeah, but according to what she said on her social media, if I remember correctly, it was about her letting go, right? Like her being with someone who treats her well or wanting that for herself. So that could be it as well. Like it's difficult, like understanding the concept and actually going through with it, two very different things. And sometimes we need that time to gain courage to even have clarity about what we're feeling about the situation. It has to like I'm seeing like a what is that, the scale, the balance scale, the situation that you're in versus where you want to get to, it has to completely go down in order for you to be able to let go. It has to reach that threshold. It's not just with respect to relationships, even deciding to have like a physical body transformation or wanting to do something in your business career, so on and so forth. That threshold beyond that is where, until that point, it usually takes time or it takes that mental, emotional reconciliation. I'm reading your message. I think that there were certain things that she did go through with respect to the breakup, but I also do think that so sometimes what can happen is you can realize after you've come back together that it's not working out or you've grown beyond the relationship. But sometimes we find it difficult to admit it to ourselves and we still hold on to those broken pieces. I feel like this energy is like just popping at me. So it could be that as well, where she's grown in the time apart, but she's not yet able to understand that she doesn't feel okay in this connection, or she's feeling okay only because she's in a relationship, but not necessarily in a relationship with him. I also think that there are a lot of people around her who keep kind of boosting the relationship or keep making it look even more like romanticizing it or make it look even more better in her eyes. So there's a little bit of that energy that she needs to work through if she's not happy where she is at. Yes, that is there. I mean, that energy, yes. She has romanticized it, and I think they've kind of aligned with that. They've also hyped it up. So I feel like there is that mutual exchange happening over there. So, yes, yes. And we did get that in another reading as well. Yeah. So I feel like when you are in that energy, um, and you're portraying things to be really good, it's quite but natural that other people will support you or other people will want you to be happy or keep pushing for you to be in that relationship. So that makes sense. I mean, but I will say it will keep increasing. What she's posting about him and her feelings and everything, it will keep increasing. But just know that the more she's talking about it in public, the more it's going on the other side for her. But no, I'm seeing mental, physical, and emotional. Three stages. And of course, yes, third eye, spiritual as well. I'm just waiting for your thoughts. I expect that to continue. Expect that intensity to keep increasing. So that is the disconnect that we were actually tapping into, where she feels a certain way, but she wants to feel a different way. So she's not able to reconcile with that. This is all part of the process. I would say maybe you are meant to watch it to understand what she's going through from a third person's perspective. And maybe that can actually be like it's something that you would have gone through at some point. Maybe this is because I do see that there is a karmic relationship between the two of you, and we've kind of tapped into that. But maybe this is like things that you can share about your own journey. Maybe this is a way for you to tap into the energy that you've already been through and grown past. And it is like because you are sharing content that helps people, maybe this is something that you can start talking about, you can tap into and share more. I'm just reading your thoughts. Yes, but this one is a little bit different, Tina. This one is disconnect between where you are at or no longer, because that's where she is at right now. Where I need help, hold on. Where she is at right now, she's grown past where she is at right now, but she hasn't reconciled with that energy within her just yet. So it's not the disconnect between the partners, it's the disconnect with the growth that has happened within you. Your 3D versus the growth that's happened within you. And forcing yourself to agree to what is 3D, even though you've grown in the energy and the frequency, you've grown past that. I would say reconciling with the growth that's happened within you and walking away from what is going on in 3D that does not align with that. So it's not about the partners, it's about herself, looking inwards with her growth, her changes in her desires, her needs, her wants. Yes, that could be it, yes. And also, what I've gone through to get this has changed me, and I no longer want it anymore. But I'm too scared to admit it because I've gone through so much to get it, and with her it's the breakup and so on and so forth. I've gone through so much to get it, but how can I let go of a desire? You get what I mean? Reconciling with the change in desire because you've grown as a person. So it's more about herself, yes. Maybe that's why, because we have like major arcanas coming out for you specifically. So I feel like maybe this is a heads up. Like this is something that you've been through and you are sharing content to help other people. She is watching it. There is some kind of a karmic relationship between the two of you. Maybe this is something that you could dig into that phase of your life where you did go through this and maybe share a lot about your experiences, what you went through, how to move past, or what ended up happening on your end as well. That's why I feel like it was a heads up for you, because it looks like you worked through all of your emotions. Like the other interpretation that was coming to me was you are going to be triggered by what she posts, but you say that you've worked through that. So this is another interpretation because you say that you've worked through that. Queen, I have received your yes, no timing question. And Jasmine, I have also received your yes, no timing question. Once I wrap up with Tina's, I will get to Queen's and then I will get to Jasmine's. Just wanted to let you know that. And then I'm just waiting for Tina's response. I know that you both are waiting. Thank you so much for your patience. But let me finish with Tina first, complete the session, and then I will come to Queen's and then I will come to Jasmine. Thank you. Okay, so Tina just told me, okay, so thank you, Tina, for, allowing me to read into the energy for you. No problem. And I wish you the most peaceful outcome in this situation. And I feel like there are a lot of homework on your end based on today's reading to think about, and in terms of content that you will be sharing as well. Alrighty, thank you. I'm closing out your session. Now, Queen, I'm coming to yours. All right, just give me a second. Let me just clear out the energy on my table. All right. Okay, Queen, I'm coming to your reading. What month or time frame can you expect to receive your funds? Are you here, Queen? Just give me a heart to let me know that you're here. And hold on, let me check my email to see if you have sent me any message. Okay, I was just checking your email and I read your email. Thank you so much. Sorry, I didn't catch the heart. Okay, yes, I caught the heart. Alrighty. Okay. What month or time frame can you expect to receive your funds? There's some blocks coming through. Hold on. Okay, first off, it does look like 7 weeks from now. But I also think that your journey to those 7 weeks will kind of feel very dragged out, or it will feel like you have to work hard to get your funds. There are certain blocks coming through, but I am seeing a timeline of 7 weeks at this point, and it does look like you will have to put in some kind of like slow and steady hard work to get your funds. So maybe you will have to follow up, you will have to keep checking in. There's some energy of those tiny, tiny blocks. I don't see it to be too big of a block, but it's just going to be like a hassle for you to get your funds. But I am seeing a timeline of 7 weeks. I'll look at my email to see if you've replied anything, and I'll see if there's any more messages coming through. Do you have to keep like following up with it or something like that? Because the energy coming through is if you keep following up with it or keep checking in, like going through those little hassles, it will be 1 week, but otherwise it's about 7 weeks. That is the energy that's coming through. I'll just wait for your email. Okay, got your email. Okay, no problem. Alrighty, thank you so much for choosing me to help you gain clarity in your situation. And thank you also for the invoice that you paid as well. All right, I wish you the most peaceful outcome in this situation with respect to the funds. All right, okay. So I've closed out Queen's reading. Now I am coming to Jasmine's reading. Jasmine, are you here? I don't see anyone there, but Jasmine, are you here? I'll just wait for you to say yes in the chat box, and then I'll start your reading. I'll wait for you. Jasmine, are you here? I'm waiting for you. Hold on, let me send her an email. Jasmine, if you're here, just let me know in the chat box, but otherwise I'm sending you an email. Where is it? Okay, I'm just waiting for Jasmine. I have sent her an email. I'm just waiting for her to say something or say yes in the chat box. Okay, alrighty. Okay. So your question, you have a job interview this Friday with managers. Will you get hired? Or are you gonna get this job offer? Okay, let's look into that, okay, Jasmine? Okay, so so the message coming through is it will lead to another interview with them. All right, so you might not necessarily get the job offer right away on Friday. It looks like they might call you in for another meeting, or they might call you in for the second round of the interview. It will be a bit heavy on your end. I think that you are going to be feeling a little bit emotionally drained because of how intense the interview is going to be. But I do see that it is going to progress. So the answer coming to you is that you will be taken to the next round of interviews and not necessarily getting the job just yet. This is the second interview. Well, it looks like there's going to be one more, or they might call you in just to clarify certain things because we do have the Ace of Swords coming through. So they might call you in to clarify more things, or because the energy coming through is it's not that you're going to get the job offer, but they're going to call you in. There's one more step along the way. Let me look into that. But I can see that you're exhausted. I can see that you're like, how many more do I have to go through this? I can see that you are in that energy right now, but it does look like there's a little bit more that you have to go through. They encourage you to apply full-time versus part-time. It does look like they need a little bit more clarification on your end, so they might call you in for one more interview round. Get in for 3 years, yeah, I can see that. But this is the 9 of Wands. This is not yet the 10 of Wands, so there's just like one more step along the way, all right? But it does look, I mean, the energy coming through does seem to be favorable to you, all right? But this is not, you're not going to get the job offer on this Friday. That message is coming through clear, but you might have to go for another round of interviews or maybe meet someone else, but there's one more round, all right? Let me get one more clarification for you. Yes, one more round, and then it looks like you might actually have the job, but you'll have to go through one more round. You won't get the job offer on Friday, but there'll be one more round to get there. But I do see that there's a very, very strong possibility of you getting the job, and like very, very strong. It looks like the pay is also going to be really good. And it's going to make you feel good financially. You're going to feel quite good with the package. It does, that energy seems to be coming through, but not this Friday, all right? Not this Friday. You're not there just yet. This is where you will get to, but you're not there just yet. I'm just waiting for your thoughts. That makes sense. So I think that yes, you are definitely like I can see physical exhaustion as well. And I can also see that you are quite drained with this entire process, but there's just a little bit more for you to go, Jasmine. And it looks like whatever you've been denied in terms of pay, because this is mastery of coins. So this is like good package. This is money. You're going to feel good and it's going to be stable. Absolutely. This is like mastery of coins is like the King of Pentacles energy coming through. And you would like to see that in a reading about career, about your finances as well. Right. So I would say there's just a little bit more to go on this journey and it will be a bit more exhausting, but just keep pulling through. And as much as possible, make sure that you are clear on your end, how you communicate, how you portray yourself as well. If you have to practice for the interview, that might also be helpful. There's something about communication that's coming through. It does look like you're going to nail it, but I would say that it will be a bit draining. The entire process, what's pending, will be a little bit draining. I'm just taking time to read your thoughts, and I need to be able to move and live on my own. Oh, that's disappointing. But that's your current job. So this job, I think that it's going to be very different. It's going to be like you're going to be paid your worth and actually even more than that. And you're going to feel good. This is going to make you financially very, very stable as well. So it's just a little bit more time. You might have to go through another interview round, but you are stepping into financial stability. It's just a final mile before that. Let me get maybe advice for you. Hold on. Going. Strength. All right, just keep going. You are in alignment with the path meant for your financial abundance and financial stability, more importantly. Just keep going. Yeah, I know it's exhausting. I can sense that energy, and it looks like you are just like tired. Like, when is this going to be over? That energy. So it is tired. It is tiring, yes, but just keep going. Does it show how long? No, I'm not getting a timeline for you. Let me just check. Sometimes with timelines, they are a little bit tricky. Uh, Let me see if it comes through. No, I'm not getting a timeline as such. I'm not getting a timeline as such for you just yet. But I guess that's why strength came out, because without the timeline, it's going to feel like everything's being dragged. But I do feel like this energy of this job interview will resolve, but not on Friday. By September. Okay, let me just like quickly look into that. Job offer by September. It's possible. Yes. It's possible that you will get the job offer by mid-September, all right? We've got a very, very beautiful confirmation coming through. So I would say mid-September is a good timeline. It's about 2 weeks from now. I would say that's a very idealistic timeline. 10 of Cups coming through. You're gonna feel very fulfilled, and it's gonna make you feel like everything is coming together in your favor. All right? There's just a little bit more to keep pushing through. Yes. Yes. You're very welcome. Shall I close out your reading? Oh, that's okay. Sorry, job. Typo. I didn't understand that. Looks like I just gotta stick out a little bit longer at your current job. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I wish you the most peaceful outcome in the situation that you are going through, and I wish for a peaceful resolution for the other situation, the current job that you were talking about. All right, Jasmine? Okay. So thank you for choosing me. All right. And for those of you who are here, I am only taking in questions through the registered links. I am not taking in questions through the, I just smiled at your emojis, very, very cute. Thank you so much. All right, I'm not taking in questions through the chat box, but I am taking questions through the registered links. I'm going to be here for maybe another 5 more minutes, all right? And then I'm closing out today's live. And I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here on a weekday. I think I'm usually here at around like 8:30 p.m. I think it's PST, if I'm not wrong. I'm usually here around that time, all right? But I'm here every single weekday. So if you have any questions and you want immediate comfort, clarity, and confirmation, then that would be these live tarot readings. Otherwise, if you want more in-depth and deeper readings, then that would be the private readings, which I offer that as well, okay? Alrighty, I'm gonna be here for maybe 5 more minutes taking in questions, and then I'm closing out today's live tarot reading, all right? Alrighty, I'm closing out today's live tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me all the way up until here. I hope you're doing well. If not, I hope that things do feel better, and I hope that I'm able to provide some kind of comfort, clarity, and confirmation, whether that is through these live tarot readings or whether that is through the other videos that are there on my channel. So thank you so much for joining me all the way up until here. Take care, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.